Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pocket Change, your favorite part-time resellers with that part-time. I look our heads to be equal. I look like I'm massive compared to you.
I know. I don't know how. You must be like right up in the screen or something. Like, hey, everybody, how's it going?
Well, I want them to hear me and be present.
Let's just
all
face
laid
it.
back hippies like you.
Let's just face it. You got a much bigger head than Anyway,
I'm leaving that alone.
yeah. That was alone. That sounded better in my head, folks.
In the first 15 seconds. I always knew them boys were little Latin loafers.
Okay. Yeah, so it is good to have another show for you guys that decide to watch your favorite part-time resellers.
Yes.
We appreciate you very much. And you guys that are new to us, because I know there's some that are adding us all the time. In fact, I just got asked about it earlier, actually late last week. A lady that I am looking at doing some work with on my regular job side she's like, tell me more about this, because she runs a podcast about loan mortgages and
It's interesting.
that kind of thing, and she's very interested in what we're doing here. I'm probably going to be on her podcast before long, and of course she's checking us out as well, so we're glad she's watching with us too, and I'm glad there's lots of people interested in this. I feel like we watched eBay reselling kind of wane down after the pandemic. Like, it became something cool to do during the pandemic, and then it kind of lessened a little bit. And what's interesting, though, is we are seeing reselling reemergence again. And I think it's because you're looking at, not to get depressing on you guys, know exactly what I'm talking about here, but when I'm looking at reports that say the fourth quarter is not looking good because Black Friday sales were down 30 to 40% from past year and 90% down over a 10-year period, I think what we're seeing here is reselling becoming a major part-time staple in people's households. And I think it's also becoming a major source of where people are finding materials, the things that you need. Because you can find it good secondhand cheaper than you can buy it new.
Yeah.
Why not?
And depending on what it is, it may have been made better, because they used to make stuff better.
That's true, too.
Just look at Gen X compared to the new ones. We're definitely better. I'm just saying.
I'm a little partial to that, too, but now I have some kids in the new generation. And
I'd have kids in the new generation, too. I'm just saying.
I ain't wrestling with my son. I can tell you that right now. I've never seen anybody as stout as him for his size at all. And so I'm just not doing it.
That's why they made bear spray. You just... Hey,
you need shit. That's what you need with him. My younger brother at Thanksgiving thought it would be awesome to rag on him just a little bit. So he scooted away. He asked him, said, my younger brother said, who said, I said, did I say you could sit down on the end of my couch? And my son said, oh, okay. And he slid way over and put his arm around him and put through a leg over him. Yeah. And so my old brother was like, oh, I started to tickle him a little bit. And my son was like, oh, you want to start a tickle fight? And then he just absolutely took it. And my younger brother could not fight him off to save his life. He's just too young and too strong now. I was like, yeah, you ain't learned that lesson yet. I ain't messing with it. But anyway, I hope each and every one of you had a happy Thanksgiving. Ben's and I did, or at least I did. I think Ben's had a pretty decent Thanksgiving. He did a lot of listing.
I listed like crazy.
Now, you and your wife had your Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
because you had to work
Saturday.
on that Friday.
Yeah, I worked. So I went home Friday night. We hung out. Met her at Applebee's when I got there. Had a few drinks, and then went home. And then Saturday we did Thanksgiving. It was nice.
So wait a minute. And then we talked Friday night, and you told me you were home. So you were actually at the Applebee's, huh?
No, I was home. But she hadn't gotten home yet. She didn't think I was going to get there till after 12. So I called her.
You drove back out.
I Ubered over there and drove the car home with her. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And I don't think he's drinking in our show today or tonight, folks. He's drinking sweet tea, I think. I don't think it's Long Island tea.
Not Milo's. That's good sweet tea.
And I'm drinking water, so we'll hopefully get through this without it being too crazy, although we like to get this a little bit. But we know you guys have been enjoying our program on our eBay listers.
Mm-hmm.
We will get to that. First, we're going to talk a little bit about how our weeks have gone. I have had an excellent November.
Good.
My October was way down in the dumps, but for November, it really took off. Of course, part of it was I got back to listing. Go figure on that one, Benz.
I know. It helps.
I got back to listing
It is
every
the
day.
secret sauce.
It really is. It really is. And my goal was to get to 250, but I didn't quite make it. Instead, I made it around 180. And then Thanksgiving hit, and I just couldn't. Those days in there where you got all the Thanksgivings that you got to go to these days, 4 or 5 of those different places. Yep. I couldn't do my listing and work and go to all that stuff. So it kind of waned there. I did get to 180. I did sell quite a few things. I've not looked at my listings to see exactly what I sold over November. Let's see, performance. That's how we can see it, can't we?
Yes.
Performance and sales, because we want to keep up with. And here's the thing, folks. A rule Benz and I discovered is called the 10% rule. You're going to sell 10% of your rolling average per month. So if your rolling average is 100, you're going to sell roughly 10. If your rolling average is 90, you're going to sell 9. If your rolling average is 1,000, you should sell roughly 100.
I think depends on what you have.
Again, I don't think it does depend on
and
what
whether
you
your
have.
store's open.
It depends. Your store has to be open all 30 days of the month or 31. You can't be on vacation 3 weeks out of the month with a sprinkled day here and there. You have to be listing every day. You want to sell similar, and redo and make sure you're putting back on. So if you sold out of the group, say, because mine are all based on usually around 10. So if I sell 3, I've got 7. I'm taking away 7 and doing 7 sell similar, and I'm adding 3 new. Now, that doesn't always work, because sometimes I'm like, no, I don't like the mixture. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to do 5 new and 5 of the old, and I'll just keep the 2 and unsold till I work them back in. It depends. Now, if you've got something that's getting a lot of traction and you're going to sell similar make sure you do. Don't put it back on hold. But, yeah, let's just see here. So my rolling average, I started out with 135 at the beginning of the month. So that means I should have sold 13, because that's basically what it would have been. But we'll go ahead and give a 135 plus 180 divided by 2, 157. So I should have sold between 15 and 16 packages for the month, or items for the month. Let's see, where does it tell me what I sold? Quantity sold 17 for the month. So what does that tell you, folks? I'm actually a little bit above that 10% of rolling average. The total buyers 16, and I did pretty well. After it's all said and done, I made about $150. So if we take those 17 items, we take the 150 divided by 17, folks, we get $8.82. So that's awesome. That means my sell rate has come up, because it was like at $7.39 last month. No That's hooray, good. No fanfare, no yay. I see how it is. I see how it is. Hopefully you guys gave me at least a clap.
I'm sorry, I was looking at time.
Yeah, you were comparing numbers. I love comparing our numbers these days, folks. I love calling Ben's and comparing numbers. I'm going to tell you why. Because his store is on vacation 27 out of 30 days.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to stomp a mud hole in him these days and just walk it dry. It's just whereas if you go back, you've been watching our program the whole time. I would say, oh, I've had a great month. And he was like, oh, really?
Sounds like a Wednesday to me.
Yeah, like I sold $600 one month and was like, I had a wonderful month. He's like, oh, that's okay. I did that in my first week.
I never was. I was never like that.
Go back and watch it, folks.
Maybe
go out and watch. See if he wasn't like that. Anyway, 882. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with the 17. That means everything is Siri. I'm not talking to you. That means everything is continuing to work the way that I said it would. It doesn't matter your sell through ratio. It only matters, or your sell rate or whatever. It only matters what you're listing and how much you're listing. Ben's and I have been through this back and forth. Yes, if you can get to that 25% or better sell through rate, yeah, it's going to be awesome. But you can literally count it this easy. You're going to do 10% of your rolling average. I hold to that no matter what you're. Let me rephrase this. If you've got a bunch of, what's that called, that stuff you like? The folk art, native art, the indigenous art.
Indigenous art.
If you've got nothing but indigenous art, folks, I don't know that you're going to sell anything much. You better have 5,000 pieces of it, and you better have it for a really good price. And you better hope the guys that want that are coming, like Ben's will buy it. Ben's will buy it a heartbeat. Tell him you got a whole store of it. He'll buy you out over 2 years.
So my month was a total of $116.56.
Hey, and how many items did you sell? Quantity sold should be down there in the same report.
I don't know. I'm looking at the sales. I don't see that.
Review your sales. Quantity sold. Total buyers.
I want a different with a little circle thing. That's not there. On something else.
Go to performance and go
No,
to
go through my selling cost. So, $116.56. Taxes, eBay fees, shipping labels, total net sales $8.01.
Now
Pay-
wait a minute.
Pay for my store.
I didn't even figure in my total sales. That $150 is what I put in my pocket.
I'm telling you, I put $8 in my pocket. That's what I'm telling you.
Of the whole month, you put $8 in your pocket?
But I paid the rent. That's all I'm looking to do.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, we need to get you back listing, my friend. See, this thing tells me my average sales price per item was $19.90.
I click on sales. I clicked on summary.
Yeah, don't click on summary. Click on sales, and it'll tell you how many you sold for the.
Yeah, I sold 6. My average was $17.76.
Yeah, how many days were you actually open?
6.
Really? So, see there, folks, if he had been open all 30 days, he would have sold
3 days of sales. November 1st.
Okay.
November 9th. And November 27th. I only sold on 3 days this month.
So I think if he had been open all 30 days, he probably would have sold more than we'll say I would say between 300 or between 30 and 35 items. And how many do you have listed?
I had 800.
So see,
mine's all messed up, right? So 800 items listed.
He's killing my 10% thing, folks.
I am, but it's because I'm never open.
We need some of you guys who are watching us who are sellers as well. Start keeping up with that. Keep up with that for us. Go look at under your Seller Hub performance sales, and then tell us what your quantity versus your quantity sold versus your number listed, your active listing numbers. Because I'm pretty certain that most of us are selling with regular, decent, run-of-the-mill items that we're selling around 10% of our inventory per month. Now, I say rolling inventory because here's the thing. I started out at 135, but I ended up at 180 listed, 180 listed. Now I'm back down to 167. So
go to the performance and click on the summary, and then scroll down. You'll see the little circle. It'll tell you how much your selling costs were.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My selling costs were 48% of my total sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
mine were 92.
Good Lord.
Because I got a $60
Yeah.
store for 3 days a month.
My biggest thing, too, is I got a letter saying I was going to lose
What?
my top seller status because I wasn't. And I went and looked at it, and I was like, oh, it's because I've not sold enough in the last 30 days. I was at 93, and this was just like a couple days ago. This was right after Thanksgiving. So Friday after Thanksgiving, I was at 90. No, I was at 91, and I got to get to 100. And now I'm at 94 because I was sold. But they're giving me until December the 20th.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any notes like that, and I haven't been selling anything. But once you get to a certain point, you have a certain number of sales. I think it's done on a yearly basis. So
Maybe so. I don't know.
it is. It's done on a yearly basis, but once you fall below a certain threshold, then it starts going every 90 days. You don't have do you have the 500 feedback yet?
No, God, no.
I think that's what it is. I think if you don't have the
No.
500 feedback.
Do you have 500 feedback yet?
Yeah, I got 690.
Well, I won't ever get to 500 feedback. You want to tell you why?
No, 668.
We won't ever get to 500 feedback. Nobody now that's under 500 feedback will ever get to 500 feedback. If you get to 500 feedback now, your store will be done. It will be over with. You will not sell another thing because the only feedback that they're ever going to leave is negative. Yeah, you're never getting it. We have proven that now. We have absolutely proven that. I have proven that this past week, folks, because I got my first negative review. Shall we talk about it?
Yes, I hear it. I want to hear.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you poor thing. It was very upsetting for him.
It was extremely upsetting for me because it was like nothing I did. First of all, okay, so let's just get into it, folks. Y'all know how I am. Let's just get into it. Let's just get down and dirty. All right, so let me see if I can get over here to where it's been. Where'd I go? I'm trying to get the feedback, and it's not giving me see all feedback.
Yeah, go to the top where your name is. And if you click on your store, it'll bring you the feedback.
Okay, now I'm going to go over here to my...
Where it says the number and the star. If you click on that, it takes you right to it.
Where's my messages? Let's see if I can pull this message. Okay, so this woman, Sudu, SUDU -9815. She had 40 ratings. She is I think she's only a buyer. No, she sold one item. She has sold one item. Apparently she's bought something since me because she's at 42 because I was at 41 because I did not leave her pretty feedback, folks. Because she waited 10 days from receiving the item, not selling the item, receiving the item, because I went and looked at the tracking. She waited 10 days, and she did it because this old rule used to be that you couldn't leave feedback after 10 days. Then it went to 15. Now I think it's actually 30. Maybe 60 days on some things. But she was trying to figure out how to screw me, so she left me terrible feedback, didn't contact me, nothing. Just left bad feedback, even though I had sent her 3 messages, just like I always do. Hey, if things are not good, hey, we appreciate good feedback. You've now received the item. We hope everything's great. If it's not, please let us know. I do that every time with every buyer. She leaves. This was a very low quality item. I was disappointed. Negative. Nothing. No contacting me. Hey, I'm disappointed. I'm dissatisfied with my item. If you were disappointed with your item, we got to think in normal terms because I'm going to get to this in just a minute. eBay wants us to think in normal store terms. Okay. If you didn't like an item that you bought, a lot of times you would take it back to the store. It's not what I wanted. I'm disappointed. I didn't like it. I have returns on my profile. I will take returns. And this was a free shipped item to her. I paid shipping. I paid it all. She could have shipped it back to me. I would have refunded her money. Every bit of it. That's what I've got in there on this particular item. Now, some items I've got, if they're heavier items, I've got that I'm not refunding shipping. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But Susan, and that's her name, Susan, because I went and looked, I'm not going to give her last name, even though I want to. I'd love to give her last name and her address, but I'm not going to do that here on social media. Susan decided to wait 10 days and then give me bad feedback, hoping it would mess up. But what she didn't know was I was still able to leave feedback, so I went and left her feedback. Now, yes, it said positive, but I put bad experience with this buyer because she didn't try to work it out with me. I did request a revision through eBay. The request said, if this buyer, I had no idea this buyer was dissatisfied. If this buyer had reached out to me, let's see if I can read what I wrote, exactly what I wrote to you guys. Okay. The buyer did not reach out to me at all concerning dissatisfaction. If I had known the buyer was dissatisfied, I would have immediately offered either a return or a partial refund. I did not represent this item at all. Pictures clearly showed what it was. I included several pictures. I stated several times that it was a manufactured item from outside the United States and included the manufacturer origin. So I can understand she's dissatisfied, but she did not come to me at all. So now she's blocked, by the way. It did end up coming out okay. She decided to change her feedback to neutral.
You asked for a revision, right?
I asked for a revision, and she did go back and change it to neutral. And she said, she changed what she said and said, this item was not quite what I expected, but the seller was great to work with. I don't know how, I'll admit it, folks, I don't know how it was great to work with because she didn't work with me at all. Let's be truthful here. It was not what she expected. She could have changed it to neutral. That's fine. She could have said this item was very low quality. I was disappointed and left it neutral. She did say the seller was great to work with. I appreciate that. Then she sends me a note. Though this was on the 28th, she sent me a note yesterday. Said, hi. And I don't know how she sent me a note because she's on my block list, but I guess it's because she responded to the item or whatever. She's responding to one to my messages concerning the item. And she says, hi, could you please revise the feedback you left for me? I have revised yours. Well, here, unfortunately for her, once a seller leaves feedback, it is written in stone.
Poor thing.
I can't change it. Now, maybe if she requests a revision, but I don't know if, maybe that's one thing when you check out for you guys, if you're a buyer, can you request a revision of feedback? I don't know. eBay says, if you go look at it, eBay purely states that sellers can only leave positive feedback for buyers because, as it is in the real world, stores can't leave feedback for their customers. Okay.
Right.
Guess what? Welcome to the real world, folks. So she was dissatisfied with the item, she didn't decide to contact the store back. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. I don't feel sorry for her once bit whatsoever. I sent letter after letter or message after message the whole time. Hey, it's on its way. Hey, several of you guys have bought items from me, several of you guys have watched, and it's the same form. I don't change it. Letter after letter, and she didn't respond once. I sent it again, and I send the last one. I know you've received the item. I send that 3 times. I send it when the item first gets there, when I get notified it's delivered. I send it 2 days later, and then I wait 7 days after that and do it one more time just because I'm begging for feedback. Because I'm afraid in this world we've created now where eBay's created it, we're not going to have anything but negative feedback. I also disagree with the fact that eBay makes it go to the buyer for them to revise. I think if we request a revision, it ought to be eBay customer service goes in and looks at it and says, okay, we're striking this off.
Yeah.
But because the buyer, most of the time, the buyer's not going to revise it. I got lucky here that they did. I think the only reason she did was to try to get me to change what I left for her.
Yeah.
Ben's was like, I told Ben's about it. Ben's was like, you said, what is it you said? Didn't you left that for her? She's never going to change. But she did. She went to neutral, which doesn't help me. I don't think it was hurting me though, because even after I dropped to right at a 97% from 100, because that's another thing is eBay divides your feedback ratio by your number of feedback you've received, not by the number of sales you've actually had. Because I've had twice as many sales as I've got feedback, over twice as many. I bet you have too, Benz. We figured up one time, I think it was what, 30%? 30% of the time people left feedback.
You were doing good
Anyway,
there for a while.
so face the facts, folks, of I'm not a big fan of sudo. What was it again? Sudo
But hey,
dash
she
9815.
fixed it, so that's good.
She did fix it, but I think, and I have looked at it, and here's the thing, folks, I could report her last message to eBay. It is a reportable offense. I went and looked, because basically what she's saying in that message is, I changed mine. Please go change yours.
That's a quid pro quo.
Yeah, and eBay don't do that. They don't like that. They don't.
So I got
consider that to be
nothing exciting
truthful.
like that to talk about.
Anyway, it upset me, folks. And if you remember, Ben's can't really say poor baby because when he got his first bad feedback, what was it, first of this year? It
Something
was the
like that.
first this year.
No, it's gone now, so it had to be over a year ago.
Anyway, he was like, that guy. Now,
That guy out now
there's
lied though, and the thing.
she kind of
Yeah, I
did
agree.
too. She kind of acted like, look, first of all, I didn't hide this. It was a cheap chain made from China. I didn't hide that at all. It's
Yeah,
not made out of gold.
Yeah, you weren't trying to save something it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I just feel like giving somebody bad feedback because you're disappointed in something that you bought. That's bad. I'm not going to go buy, I don't know, something at Walmart and go out and then stand in Walmart's parking lot, hold a sign and go, Walmart sucks. Just because the item that I bought. No, I'm going to go return it, get
Yeah.
my money back, and be like, I should have bought it somewhere other than Walmart. Or if I want better quality, I should pay more for the item than what. I mean, I'm not selling. This was not a vintage 24 karat gold pocket watch chain.
You never acted like it was.
No.
So,
Anyway,
I've been listing like a fool.
I know you have, but I'm trying to figure out why for 6 days.
Because I want to get it built up for when I am no longer on vacation. So
Okay.
I had 800 when I started, sold like 3 or 4 things, and I am at 1402. So
Goodness.
I added 602 in a week and a half.
So what you're actually saying is, once you get ready to open this sucker back up, you should hit that 10% and kick down the doors.
I don't know about that, but I will have plenty to choose from. It depends on how I don't know if that 10% work. That 10% works for you. But
I think, and that's why I want all you guys watching to let us know in the comments. Go look at your items. Go
when
look
I
at
had 4,000 items, I don't think I was selling 400 a month.
Okay.
It's diminishing returns.
You're right. But I also think that when you had 4,000 items, that only about 2,600 of them were actual, what we call tangible, real selling items, because like 1,400 to 2,000 of them were baseball cards.
That's true.
That were like 20-cent cards.
Yeah, they're all cheap cards. I'm doing it now. I have probably 400 comic books that aren't great comic books, but I'm just listing them because I've had them since I started. It's one of the first things I bought and I just never listed because it was a pain to list them. But doing the AI, it's very easy to list them. So I'm going to list all those comic books.
before we get into the AI, because that's probably where we're going next.
No,
So
no, I'm not
he
trying to
had
get it.
2,200 to 2,600 items that were standard items. We'll say not
Yeah.
baseball cards, not.
Yeah, you're right.
And there was, folks, don't let him lie to you. He would sell 100 to 200 items a month.
Oh, yeah, I was selling
I
probably
mean,
200 a month. Yeah.
yeah, I think you were easy. Because Lord, I would call him, like, what are you doing? He'd be like, I'm going to the post office. I'm like, yeah, I went and dumped my 2 items today. He'd be like, I'll have to call you back. I got to carry in 12 packages. That'd be one, and I'd be like, 12 packages one day. Don't let him fool you, folks.
I'm bringing the lighter stuff that's dense here to list. So I went back home. I had brought baseball caps and comic books. I listed all the ones I had brought. Well, one box of there's 30 more hats I got a list that I took the pictures of and just took the box back.
Dude, you
So
got
I
the
got
pictures of
30.
them. Well, you
Yeah,
can
so I
list
got
them.
30 hats to list. I got 2 more large boxes of comic books this size. It's about 100 or so in there. It was heavier than I thought it would be. And then I brought Funko Pops. They sell what?
I'm going to ship my last one to you. I swear to God. Maybe you can get rid of it.
I brought.
You just go back in and find the one that you sold that's the same thing and relist it. Tell you what, why don't you do that? And I'll drop ship it. You can pay for the
just
shipping.
keep it down. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't think they're even selling now. And what else did I bring? Oh, I brought VHS tapes and DVDs.
VHS tapes. DVDs don't seem to make any money. Have you noticed? They really don't. I think VHS outsell DVDs.
All my
regularly.
VHS are sealed. I didn't bring any of the unsealed ones. I only brought sealed.
I'm going to get a tent. I'm going to get a tent. I'm going to get a banner printed up. I'm going to show up the next reseller Comic-Con thing that says VHS tapes outsell DVDs. Prove me wrong.
Sounds good.
Maybe I'll
I'm gonna come to the next thing and pop a tent. What are you talking? This is crazy.
pop a tent.
Pop a tent. All right.
Everybody who's ever done any festivals know exactly what I'm talking
I know
about
what
right
you
there.
mean.
Popping a tent. They're pop-ups. Easy up.
Yep. Easy up. I got one. I got 2 of them in the garage.
Anyway, so what's your goal by the end of this month? What are you planning on being at?
Oh, I got 2,000 that I can do with that thing, and it doesn't run out until the 20th of next month. So I'm going to try to use those whole 2,000. That's my goal.
Out of the one AI you did purchase.
I did for
Okay.
$16 to list 2,000 things.
Now, folks, that one is the Agent Pro that we were talking about on our
It's just called List Agent.
List Agent. Yeah, List Agent. Now, I think it's actually called List Agent Pro once you buy it. And I think when you're
That's the
searching
level.
for it,
That's
you
where
have
I
to
am.
search for it. List Agent Pro is what I think I had to search for to actually find it. You go back and read what we liked and didn't like about that one.
That
Folks,
one's bare bones. So far, I like it because it was $16 for 2,000 listings. And it does
honestly, so far, out of the AI listers, folks, that one is my favorite too. I'm going to go ahead and say it. So I'm not cutting that one off. I got it re-up today. Here, the first of the month, I've got 20, basically just 20 credits. This is not technically listing. I can do 20 on it.
Yeah.
As long as I do the 1 credit listings. If you mess up and do the 2 credit, you can't. If I remember correctly.
No, that's the other one.
Yeah, that's the lazy lister.
That's the
it is actually 20 items.
That's the other thing, like this new one today, it's got credits as well.
It does, and that's some of what people are. It gets confusing because the lazy lister had credits, and that's where I messed up. I'm going to keep the lazy lister too, because you get 5 free a month, folks. You can go sign up for these and do all of them. So you can go to the lazy lister. You can sign up and do 5 per month free on it, as long as you don't mess up your credits, like I did. Go watch Ben's video on how to work that. You got the one out now on Agent List or List Agent. So he's got his one out on that. So go to his other podcast channel. So what, CJ Benz Finds, or is that
CJ Benz Finds? Or if you just go in and put @Jefferson Benz, that'll take you right to mine on YouTube. @Jefferson Benz.
So you can go watch those how-to videos. I don't know if he's done a how-to video on this new one we got coming up yet, but it'll probably be coming out soon.
Finish this.
Yeah, so we got this new one coming out, but out of the ones we like so far, and we'll talk about the one we've just done and what's good about it, what's not so good about it. But I do, out of the 3, can we say 4 since we did the eBay AI?
It's 4. We did the eBay AI.
Okay, so out of 4, the List Agent Pro or List Agent, I do the best. Even though I was so disgruntled about the description, I still like it better. eBay, I'm going to say something here, folks, before we get into this one we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah.
I think I want to recant some of my disgruntlement with AI because I don't think it's the platforms, the listing platforms. I think it's eBay. One of the things I don't like, I think, is eBay's where you're trying to edit stuff, especially pictures. eBay apparently, let's face it, eBay is grandpa trying to get around in this new world. I think that the problems we're having is that eBay is still trying to be eBay on Windows 95. I was going to say MS-DOS, but I'm going to give eBay a little bit of credit. But I think that their platform is still written, their whole system is still written in Windows 95 language. I don't think they've upgraded it that much. Maybe 98. They're not to ME yet, I know, but maybe 98. And I think that when we go in to try to edit stuff after it's been listed, eBay can't handle it because they don't have everything right there on their own servers. And so they can't mirror and copy and everything. And I figure that if we went into the eBay server room, we would probably see Tandy written on a lot of the cases.
I was thinking you might need a punch card.
It probably do. 5 1/4 floppies to load stuff onto it. But anyway, let's talk about this new one. I actually like this new one.
All right, let's show
but
them the
not
website.
as good as I can join. I'm still logged in, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I'm still loaded in. I can go to the dashboard here.
You got to show them the front page. Log out and then log back in.
Don't let me do that.
Let me just show you. Want me to share?
Go ahead.
Right,
we
so
might have. I wonder if I've got a problem.
This is Snap to List, right?
Yep.
Transform your photos into eBay listings in 30 seconds. And it does do that. It's pretty fast. It does a good job. But let's look at the pricing. So, freemium, I like that. You get 15 listings per month, 30 credits. And this is like the second one that does everything in credits. And then, but you need 2 credits to do one thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand why it's, or you can do $24.95 where you get 250 credits, or $64.95, but the first 2 months less for 1,000 credits, but it's 500 listings. And then the business, which is 1,250, which that's a lot. So that's where the other one, I'm cheap. Remember, I am paying $18 a month for 2,000 listings. And I like it. And if I don't find something better, I'm going to go yearly with it. And then it's $180 a year. And that is for 10,000 listings a month. So you can do 120,000 listings for $180. I don't see how you would ever do that many listings, but I thought that was crazy.
And that's the thing. So the pricing on it is not bad.
No.
It's not bad. It's not cheap, but it's not bad. I think it's better than Lazy Lister, honestly, which Lazy Lister did credits too.
Yeah, but I think Lazy Lister Unlimited was $40 a month.
That's right, it was. And it only took 1 credit to do a basic listing.
Your basic listing versus the other listings, you see a big difference? Exactly.
I did not. I didn't.
So,
The only thing you got for spending 2 credits on Lazy Lister was it analyzed the item that it thought you had. As long as it's correct, you're good to go. But it analyzed the item it thought you had, and then it basically did comparative analysis, how well it's selling. It gave you the sell-through ratio and all that little, which is great. But the problem is it didn't recognize what I had, so it gave me all wrong information.
so I do this one here. There's this thing about that. How many sellers do you think there are on eBay? I know 3 million or something like that.
I have no idea. A
Oh.
lot.
But look at the top here. It says join 400 plus sellers. So it's not a lot.
No, it's not.
So you log in here.
Wait a minute,
Whenever
I'll
you-
log in. Hang on. Oh, you want me to share?
Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
You can stop sharing as soon as it logs over here. Now, folks, I'm going to share. Hopefully we don't mess this thing up crazy like. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully we can see it.
Here it goes.
What it looks like when you log in. Now you do have to connect, and there'll be a little thing here that says red. It's right in here somewhere that tells you to connect. And there's little pop-ups that tell you this.
You're watching.
And there's some videos you can watch that'll show you some things. Now, to create a listing, that was the one thing that kind of threw me off. Right here is the only place I could find that you click on that.
Over
create
there on the
listing.
dashboard, the same thing. The little
Where?
purple plus. Up. There you go. Down. Straight down.
Oh, right there.
And
Okay.
then next to it is the bulk listing.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it
Ben's
took me a
not
while
even
to
one
find it.
did the bulk listing. And Ben's is the only one that attempted it, so I will let him talk to you. But let me go
Well,
over
click
this.
on it real quick. Just click on the bulk lister.
My computer is really hating this.
You want me to drive? Scroll down just a little bit.
See, this is what I'm talking about, these pop-ups here.
Yeah. Scroll down
Yes.
just a little bit. One more. Right there. Let's stop it at the red. Freemium and Pro. So the first 2 levels can't use the bulk lister. Or you have to use 10 credits. Now that's 10
And that's
credits just to
10.
use the lister.
10 extra credits. That's not
Yeah.
what it costs you for your listing. So if you're doing 10 items, that's 20 credits. And then if you want to do 10 items on the freemium, on the bulk listing, when you're on a freemium or pro, that's going to be 30 credits just for those 10 items. And if you remember how much a credit costs,
All right, go back over to the purple thing up there. Click on the dashboard. No, the purple. Click on the purple. Right, go.
I'm back at the dashboard. I clicked on dashboard. It popped up a little hand.
All right,
Okay.
so if you're going to do this for the freebie, you're going to have to do each listing individually. But it's not hard.
No, it's really pretty good. So let's go over here and do this. Let's go create listing. Now, another thing I did like about this is it lets you take as many pictures of one item as you want.
Up to
Now,
24.
keep in mind, you can only add 24. And here's why, folks. On one single item, what does eBay stop you at?
24.
24. So if you remember, we're doing one item here. You can do 24 pictures.
And
So
then
this
you
is
see
not
the
a-
other.
This is not a bulk lister here. This it says single create listing tool.
And you see up there
Now-
in the yellow, smart pricing is only available on premium or above. So you won't get a price with this one either. Although the prices hadn't been right with any of the ones I've tried, so that's no big deal.
Okay, now pictures. You cannot automatically uplift from your again, you cannot automatically upload from your mobile phone on this one. Now,
They have
even if you do what?
They do have this one does have an app.
It does have an app that you can do from your mobile phone on that, but on this you can't. Now, because I tried it. Now, also, you cannot, you have to go through the app to do your mobile phone. The other thing you can't do is you can't plug in your mobile phone to the computer. Find it and try to upload. It will only let you upload one image at a time there. So you have to take them, download them to your phone or somewhere, or to your, you see this HEIC and HEIF, that will come from your OneNote or your Apple Cloud or your Google Drive pictures, Google Pics. But I'm doing it right now. I clicked open, and it's going to upload a gallery right quick if it lets me. It may not let me. I may end up crashing my
You
whole
should
PC
let me drive
here.
on these. Your PC. Your PC. You're making fun of eBay, but you're right there with them.
Yeah, I think mine's a little younger than their stuff. Anyway, there it goes. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so just want to show you how it pops up. If it'll let me scroll up. There we go. I was on the wrong screen. Okay, so
Scroll
this
down
is a
again.
pocket watch I just did. Yep.
That flaw. So,
If
unlike
you
every
know
other
there's a
AI we've
flaw-
used, it finds the flaws and tells you about them. Here, you have to tell a picture has a flaw, so it'll look for it.
List Agent Pro is the best I saw at that, because it as soon as you clicked analyze, where it says analyze right here, as soon as you clicked analyze on List Agent Pro, it would analyze the pictures like, oh, it looks like you have a flaw here. And one of the items that I had listed through that, I didn't even know, and I was like, I'll be dogged. There's a flaw. This here you have to know. Now, once you drag it up, you can find it. But then you're going to click analyze, and then it's going to walk you through a lot of stuff. And now the one thing that I really liked about this, and I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop sharing. Benz, if you want to take over from here, you're more than welcome to, because I don't want my computer to die.
No problem.
Or we're
Stop
doing
sharing.
this.
I'm gonna share as well. I'm gonna share again, and I will do one with. So you're gonna log in, and then I did it with my Google. So you go, takes you in.
How do you log out? I can't. It's not letting me log out.
You just click on invalid access token. What is that? Reconnecting my.
Oh, you got to sign in your passkey. You want to stop sharing to do this?
You can't see. So apparently when you log out, it logs you out. All right, so I'm logged back in. My store is connected. The other thing about this, you can see I'm hardly selling anything. It'll show you the last 90 days worth of sales. I'm negative.
It really will.
Right? So far in December, I'm negative $59.95 because that's my store rent.
Well, let's just stop for a minute and let's talk about this dashboard, because you and I both are like, this dashboard.
Yeah, the dashboard. This dashboard
is
is great.
something else.
It looks at your profit, then it'll come down here. It'll show you all your orders you sold the last 90 days. It tells you the profit on them, minus whatever it could be or whatever. And then it gives you insights. It tells you about the stuff that you've uploaded. It's pretty cool.
Honestly, I went through it, and this interface is a lot better,
Yes.
in my opinion, than eBay itself.
This is a great interface, but I'm going to pay the money to have it.
I wouldn't either, and the bulk lister is a problem.
The problem is the bulk lister, you can't do it unless you're on the upper echelon.
You can do it on the freemium, but it's going to cost you 10 extra ones.
Yeah.
And so then if we go back and look at the price, it might be better if you want to use this one to just go ahead and do the bigger one. Because you should be listing 10 items a day. So you should be listing 300 items till you get there.
All right, so I just uploaded this hat. I don't know any flaws about it, so I'm going to hit analyze and then generate.
Generate. Yep.
It goes really fast. And that's why
It does, but now it's going to go back through it again, or at least it did on mine. Yeah, see, it's going through them again. And of course, the more pictures you have, the longer it's going to take a little bit, folks. But it's really still pretty fast. Yep, here's what it looks. Now it wants a SKU. Now you can hit SKU Builder, and it'll start building SKUs for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna make. They're all going in HAT05, so I'm just putting random numbers on. So United States, it has a pretty good description.
Now notice that it didn't load a price. List
No, it
agent will load a price, but we've discovered that's a load of horse manure. So you will have to
smart
put in
pricing might work on this one. I don't know, but it's only available on the top 2 tiers.
Yeah. So I don't know. It might, but I would still go, folks, to your eBay and look at what it's. Excuse me. Look at what it's worth, what it's selling for on there.
And if you
know,
do
what
something
it's
with the
sold for.
UPC, you can use this to scan it. I'm not sure. I hadn't had any of the UP.
We'll click on it and let's see what that is. Yep.
Yeah, you pick the one with the UPC.
Yep. So then he's got his fulfillment policy down there. He's got his payment policy, return policy, inventory location. Now, I do like how this one does not publish your inventory location. You're muted. You're muted. There you go. I don't know. Clicking around.
I don't know how, but I had that by hat because that's what I did on the first 3. What it did. Weird. But if you save it, it should save it. Huh?
Don't change that. Don't change that.
Change that one.
You better go check your postings. Because what you're going to find out is if you change that to ounce there.
We'll check it.
It did something on mine because I changed mine to pound. And I had to go change.
So we're going to hit next. See what it does. It's a baseball cap, one size, brown men. I would say that's camouflage now. They don't have cam. I go multicolor, so I'll leave it brown. Adjustable camouflage. That's a pattern I.
Continue. Now it's going to say checking. Okay. Now. No valid shipping package details. The package weight is not valid or is missing. Okay, go back up. Okay, now.
Took that the last time for me, so.
Change it to pound.
Maybe
Now
I didn't
go
change that.
Now go next.
All right, the other thing was there was a place where you could.
Yeah, add in some policies like description and things that you wanted in the description already. Yeah, don't forget to change your category. I did that. It still didn't work for me. It didn't put it in the right category. Put it in other.
Let's see what it does. I don't do with secondary categories. Title. Condition. New with tags. That's not true. Pre-owned. Good. Condition. Pick description. Gently use. Yeah, I did that on all mine and made them do that. Now our price has changed to $1. Yeah, so it changed my
We
price.
go through how to do
to
this for
$1.
the folks. They're not going to have to watch your video.
Might be other people watch my video. So let's go next. And then all of the things. Continue. Checking eBay for applicable fees. It tells you it's going to cost 20 cents, but that is a listing fee. You paid it at the end. You don't pay that until the end. And then
now it's ready to publish.
publish your listing.
Now, here's the thing. It's going to publish it right now. Right there, too. I like this one as well. Unlike Lazy Lister, even though it works on credits, this one, like the List Agent Pro, has a schedule listing. In other words, you can schedule your listings
If
on
you
it.
want to.
And I think having that scheduling, because I do a lot of taking mine, getting mine ready, and the day before.
Yeah.
I'm not a day lister. There are some of you guys out there love you to death, but y'all spend your day doing your listings and you quit your job just at the end of the day. Most of that's full-time eBay listers, but part-time, we generally do ours the day before. And then I'm going to share again and see if I can share here.
Oh, hold on. Let me share again. I'm going to share first. I'm going to share the listing on eBay.
Okay, that's what I was going to do.
Show the one we just did.
Yeah, I was going to show what it looks like. Honestly, what you're going to see is it's not bullet pointed like
So here it
Agent
is.
Pro or List Agent.
So there it is in my.
It's more like Lazy Lister because it gives a little description, or at least mine did. See, and that's another thing I do hate about, and see, that's why I said I think the problems
But
we're
the
having.
gallery picture thing is right away. It'll go away.
It does, but you can't edit the pictures.
No.
You cannot edit
But
the
see,
pictures.
you take good pictures, you don't have to worry about it.
Sometimes, like I've got one here I'd like to zoom in on, but I took it because I wanted to get the whole thing in the picture. Like I got a pocket watch that's got a chain that's 20 inches long, and I've draped the chain around, and I still like to zoom in on the item.
So gently used.
When you're working
minimal
with
wear.
long things, it's hard to get them all in the picture.
Yeah, I'm just used to being able to get it on the picture.
Anyway, but see, here's what I like. This is more like Lazy Lister. Now, the description's a lot better, and you can actually, if we were still in the program, you can actually edit this inside of this program from what I saw. Because I did edit a little bit. Like, inside the program, it will let you actually edit what it's getting ready to say, what it's put together, which is cool. Because Lazy Lister didn't let you do that. List Agent will, but it might not keep it all.
Yeah.
So man, it's been a wild few weeks. So I'll share mine. I'm gonna share mine now.
Share
the
yours. Let's see yours.
One that we just did on
More editing. Yeah.
Why not?
All
Give you
his
the
stuff that he
editing.
shares. I'm just not going to put in the video.
Okay, so here's this. See, I would like to have that a little bit more zoomed in, trim off some of this around here, but I can't.
Yeah.
And I did take better pictures this time, made sure. But what's interesting is like on some of these, it got some white on the side, and it put it on both sides like it. I don't know. Anyway, so I'd like to have that flipped instead of vertical. I like to have that horizontal. But I took much better pictures this time because I know that's the case. So as long as you got to make sure that, and that's why I think it's eBay. I think it is eBay, folks, that is really the problem with these listers. These listers are so far advanced, and eBay is struggling they're struggling just to keep Flash alive because Flash has been dead for I don't know how long. And you got to remember, I think everybody needs a job, so let's make sure we help eBay because I think eBay is employing our grandfather's IT people. That's how I feel. And they're using 5 1/4 floppies. They've never heard of flash drives. I don't think eBay IT has, I don't think any of them, I think every one of them probably is already on Medicare and they don't have to worry about insurance from eBay. I'm really not impressed with eBay IT. I'm really not. Now, I will say this. If you can get a hold of eBay customer service, they've got some of the best customer service people in the world.
If you can get a hold of them.
But there's only 4 of them. They're like Walmart cashiers, except they're nicer. But I do like this one. I really do. I actually like this one.
It's got a cool back office
It's
and everything.
better than Lazy Lister. It's comparative. I think it runs a little. It's a different animal. It's not really a lister. To me,
lister, but it
to
does a lot
me,
more than just that.
no, to me, this is a business management software that they have added a listing function to. Because really, the beauty of this one, let's face it, is the dashboard and the metrics and all that you've got at your fingertips. It's like Power BI for eBay.
Yeah.
But I don't like the bulk listing being so expensive.
Paying for the top tier. I think they're trying to push people to that. And then also there's there's all these different
What was
things
the
that you
pricing
click
on it again, though?
and then it says, oh, you got to be a premium. But the price seems a little much.
That's what I was thinking. Is the price seems a little. Not that. What was the pricing again? I'm trying to bring back up the pricing. We won't share it again. I'm bringing it up on my computer to see. Okay, so free, $25, $24.99 for the Pro. The premium and the Pro gives you 125 listings per month. Think about it, folks. You need to be doing at minimum 5 a day, preferably 10 a day. That's 300. 125 is nowhere near. So to get close to it, you're going to have to do the $44.99, the 45. So that's the premium. Now you could chop down from that once you get your store established. Because Ben's and I've always said, once you get it established, you fill back in the holes of what you sell. But I don't know. How do you think this one? I think this one's probably in the. So we've done 4. I think the worst one still is the eBay AI.
eBay's
That
the
is
worst.
still the worst because
Yes.
they won't even let you do a description. eBay AI doesn't even you do the description when you're listing, but if you do the AI listing, it doesn't include that portion. What? Then I think Lazy Lister is probably next.
Yes, I agree.
Then I think this one,
I agree.
and then I think Agent Pro or Agent List Pro.
Agent.
List Agent Pro. And here's my reasoning, and since Ben's agreed, I'm sure you agree with this. My reasoning is based on I really snap to list. I'm a very analytical person. If snap to list would do away with the credit junk and let us do bulk listing and be more competitive on their pricing, even if they weren't more competitive on their pricing, because the reason I'm putting List Agent top is because it's its sole focus is listing.
Yeah.
You don't have any of this other stuff in there.
No. And that's what I'm looking for.
And does it do a great job? No, but it's okay. It's an okay job.
90% of the way there. You got to do the last 10% manually.
Let's call it what it is, since I've recanted on the picture stuff and everything. Because even this one, you can't edit the pictures. Exactly. I tried. So I think that's eBay. Let's call List Agent what it is. Folks, it is Waffle House.
Yeah.
It's decent, good food. Yeah, you might get a little diarrhea out of it, but it's not Taco Bell. You're not going to be crapping your brains out. Now, it's not Denny's, and it's not Cracker Barrel, which basically Cracker Barrel is just an expensive Waffle House. The prices are good. You can afford it, and the food goes down easy, and the coffee's delicious.
Yes.
That's what I can say about List Agent.
List Agent bare bones so far.
It is bare bones, and it is a lister.
Yeah, and it'll list, and you can do 100 at a time. You do 100 at a time, max.
If Ben's, when he was going through, you go back and look at our stuff, what, a year and a half ago, when you were out of work and listing kind of full time?
Yes.
And it was taking him 6 to 10 hours to list 100 items. If he had this tool here, he could have listed 100 and then been in the pool the rest of the day, 2 hours.
If this tool would have existed, I never would have moved to Savannah because there's no way I could get it all listed. I was at 4,000 listings and then I gutted it down to 2 to move here, just the small stuff. If I'd have known this, if this was something, but it didn't exist then, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Well, we looked up, I don't know when this one is, but we looked up the list agent and we looked up AI, and there was some AI happening last fall,
Yeah.
but most of this has come out since March of this year.
Yeah.
Now, Snap to List, great interface, does what it says it's going to do, does a good little description, gives you advantage to fill everything in, but it's not as cheap.
Yeah.
Now you do. Now you could say, some of you folks could say, I balance the price with getting the business analytics. I don't know.
And
I'm
there's other
looking for
things
a list.
on that. You can send offers through it. List, snap to list. There's also an AI insight, an AI powered insight based on data driven results to help you do better in your business. It might be
It's
but
a better
for what I'm
program.
looking for, it's not what I'm looking for. But if you're looking for like a good background place to do, if you're new, it would help you learn a lot of things, I think, about selling and pricing and all that type of stuff.
And if you're new, you can stay at the $4.95 store, build up to your 250 items, and the pro for $25 a month is probably going to be just fine for you.
But then you lose half of the background stuff. So the only way this
That's
is if you
true.
want to go $60, $70 a month eventually, and then that would be a cost. But it might be worth it. I don't know. Depending on what
Right
sells
now
you.
it's $45.99.
For the first 2 months, and then
Yeah,
after that
and then it goes up to 65. Yeah.
$64.95.
And who knows, they may end up changing that. But here's the thing. This is honestly, Snap to List is Power BI. If you've ever worked with Power BI at your company, Snap to List is like Power BI for eBay with a listing function.
So
Whereas Ben's and I are looking for more of, we want the lister. We want the longest thing we do to be taking our pictures.
overall, though,
So
it did a good job. It's just not what I'm
it
looking
did a
for.
great job.
I
So
would try
right
it.
now, eBay AI out of 5 stars. eBay AI, you and I both rated what, 2.5?
eBay?
Yeah, the eBay AI. One star. Okay. I think I gave it 2, so we'll say 1.5. So keep a tally of this, Benz.
There'll be a spreadsheet.
1.5. And then Lazy Lister, I actually gave it a better rating than he did. I gave it a 3.3, and I think he gave it a 2.5 or something like that.
Now, playing with the other ones, I'm sure that 3.5 is pushed down.
I said 3.3. No, I still say it's 3.3 stars, Lazy Lister. Because it does what it's supposed to. It's just, it's not a bulk lister at all. It's not a bulk lister. It's a single, one at a time. I would say this one here, as far as listing, it does a great job. I don't know about the bulk. It's too expensive. We didn't do it right now because you don't get that in your free. So I would give it right now probably a 3.5 based on listing. Now, if it was based on software, I probably would give it a 4.8. But we're based on listing here, so 3.5. And then the List Agent Pro, because I had to recant 2 of my 4 things I had against it, I'm going to jump it to a 4.0. So I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars.
This one, the factor for me that makes this 500 listings is going to come $55 a month.
Now, and here's the thing, folks. You got to think of it this way. Every tool you use.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go back and look at Ben's and I telling you, hey, you need this tool, you've already got your cell phone. Hopefully you're paying for that or something else, but if you need to factor it into this, do so. Your thermal printer, your Accutech weigh machine, your simple down to your little ruler or whatever you're using to measure with, eBay needs to pay for what it requires. You need to be selling not just enough to buy your stuff that you're selling, but also to pay for your tools. Folks, we'll go through this room once it's completely done, and I know I'm still not done, but here's the thing. eBay has built this room. This was nothing but a cinder block room when I first started, and it wasn't even painted. And now it's been sealed and it's been insulated and it's been studded and I need heat. I'm running off a little heater over here, but it's coming. eBay has built its own room for me.
Split thing.
That's what I'm going to try to do. It's
Yeah.
basically $500-600. There's the thing. This was nothing. This was a dreary, dark, dank basement. And now it is becoming, now you still see the concrete floor, but I don't know if I'll ever change that for a while, but I may. It's still just a basement, but it's at least right now becoming a room. And when I go to sell this house, I'm building it so that this could actually be like a kitchenette or something for a mother-in-law suite or for another bedroom or for an apartment, because it's got another entrance over here. But eBay is paying for all this.
That's cool.
So there's the thing. When you add a tool, eBay needs to pay for it. So here's what Ben's is talking about is when it goes to $65 a month, hopefully in those 2 months, if you started out on that plan where it's $45, you build up enough to where now you know, hey, I've got $20 more I've got to make. And at my prices, where I'm pocketing $882 a month or per item, or $882 per item, I've got to sell 3 more items just to jump that $20.
Yeah. So that's why 120,000 listings for $180 sounds really good to me.
He's just cheap.
And all right,
I'm not-
everybody.
But I hope we gave you some. I know this tonight wasn't quite as funny as some of our normals are, but I hope we're giving you a lot of information here to go by and for you to go and look out and check out these programs. Now, probably what I'm going to do, because I'm real cheap too, it just doesn't sound like I am, is I'm probably just going to keep all these signed up and I'm just going to use the freebies every month.
Yeah. Hey, and we might figure out you can get 150 listings a month this way and tell you that
For free.
Yeah, and you subsidize your regular listing. That's half a
That's
month's
maybe
worth
an
of listing.
idea. You get to where I've got a whole that on eBay. The eBay third party is going to be like this. Anyway, folks, we're glad you're with us. If you're stuck around this long, thank you so much. We hope we're giving you something to think about.
See you next time.